This week on One Take, I come to you from the Congress Bhavan in Gujarat. Now you will be wondering why I'm talking about Gujarat while I actually want to talk about Rajasthan. That's because bang in the middle of the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the campaigning for Gujarat elections, there was a bombshell which was thrown, and that was Ashok Gehlot once again taking an attack on Sachin Pilot. The question I asked this week, is it going to be easy for the Congress to make up its mind, or to use Jairam Ramesh's words, to take the right decision, which may be tough? First, before I go ahead on whether it's going to be possible for the Congress party to take a final call on who remains or who becomes the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and mind you, this is before the elections which are going to be held in the state next year, the pros and cons of it. Why has it been so difficult for the Congress to take a decision? Because the Congress has felt all along the best decision to take is actually no decision. That is Ashok Gehlot. Now, when the Congress came to power in the state, there was this whole argument that our PCC chief perhaps should become the Chief Minister. The counter-argument given by the Congress top leadership was that you cannot have one man doing both the posts. But then a finger was pointed at Madhya Pradesh when the then PCC chief, Kamal Nath, became the Chief Minister as well. In fact, the contradiction was seen within Rajasthan, where Sachin Pilot was made the Deputy Chief Minister while being the PCC chief. So you could pick and choose what position you want to give. Pilot and his supporters were absolutely, and one could understand then why they were disappointed. They pointed out that for 4.5 years, he has removed his base from the national capital to Jaipur, crisscrossed the state. So why should he not get his due? But at that point of time, the Congress party had decided that we have to give it to someone who's a veteran, who's a good administrator, who understands the ground reality and also has the support of the MLAs. To ensure that the BJP does not poach, they did not want to take any chances. They took the support of the independents and also some of the BSP MLAs as well. And the credit was given to Ashok Gehlot, the master magician, who ensured that there would be this crossover which would take place. But today the Congress party stands in a very precarious situation. On one hand, the whole concept of discipline and maryada. On the other hand is real politics. The Congress party tried to hold a CPP meeting recently and the whole CLP meeting recently, and the entire intention was to take a final call, leave it on the MLAs, let them decide who's going to be their CM and who's going to be their CM face, which will run up to the state elections. That meeting never happened. But the story behind that we all know. Ashok Gehlot went to meet Sonia Gandhi, apologized, but he also gave her hard facts that why he thought that Sachin Pilot was actually a Gaddar. Why Sachin Pilot had tried to break his government and the BJP was hand in gloves with him. Today, Sachin Pilot remains a pariah even for the BJP because he could not muster the numbers, unlike Jyotiraditya Scindia, who had ensured the fall of the Congress government in Madhya Pradesh. Stunk, Congress party does not want to take any chances, and therefore they decided to stay on to Ashok Gehlot. But despite the fact that there were statements which were issued by the Congress party repeatedly that do not make any public statements, they continued. That's because Gehlot is a veteran politician. He also understands that, these are the opportunities which you seize, which you ensure that you're going to convey to the high command and to the top leadership that you cannot do without me. That I have the MLAs by my side, you mess around with me, I'm going to mess around with you. But then how long will Sachin Pilot and his supporters keep on waiting? Because his supporters tell me that an assurance came in from the Gandhi siblings themselves that his chance will come. Now, what is it that the Congress party can do in its defense of Sachin Pilot? One, teach a sabak to Ashok Gehlot. Teach him a lesson. You speak out of turn, you call him a Gaddar, while Sachin Pilot remains silent, and there's a question of party discipline. It's also a question about the leadership. The leadership cannot be looking weak. Already, the Gandhis were red-faced after that so-called coup by Ashok Gehlot, where that CLP meeting didn't happen. You have a new Congress president who, ironically, was a part of the two-member committee along with Ajay Makan to resolve the crisis in Rajasthan. You have a situation where the Congress party does not want to look weak, and certainly Mallikarjun Kharge, who already began on the basis of this perception that he's just going to be a rubber stamp, has to prove that he is a man who has the control of the party. So there's one pressure mounting on Kharge to teach that lesson to Ashok Gehlot, but easier said than done. We are looking at elections not too far away in Rajasthan. This is an opportunity which the BJP is seizing. Of course, Congress leaders say they are no one to point this finger at us because they keep on changing the chief ministers and also win elections like they did in Uttarakhand and also possibly in Gujarat as well. But as I said, the larger issue is that of discipline. On the other hand, you face an election where the anti-incumbency is strong against you, where the BJP, but naturally, are going to point out the mistakes of the Ashok Gehlot government by going in for a new phase. Repeatedly, the BJP has been making the point that the law and order situation is no longer under the grip of the chief minister. You have a new phase just ahead of elections. You also kill many birds with one stone. One, you ensure that the Congress leadership looks strong. Second, you go for elections with a strong face and a new face, what the Congress calculation is, and therefore that anti-incumbency baggage is something which the Congress party does not have to deal with. And third, they feel that with a younger politician as the CM, perhaps they can talk about Generation X and can look at the newer voters or the younger voters as far as Rajasthan goes. But the fact that the Congress party has not been able to take this decision for a very, very long time just goes on to show that how difficult this choice is. But what my sources are telling me is that the Congress party also thinks enough is enough. They are trying to look for a compromise formula. And that one compromise formula which is being thought out, and I'm not saying it is something which is going to happen, is the fact that let Gehlot continue as the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, but at the same time, Sachin Pilot perhaps can be projected as the CM face for the next Congress government. Doesn't always work. Best example is that of Punjab. Did it work there? Absolutely no. First of all, they took a long time in deciding that Captain Amrinder Singh had to go away. They decided to replace him at a time where he went away angry, hurt, that advantage goes to the BJP, and the Gandhis did not look good. Second, they started deciding who's going to be their CM face. There were several names which are put up, and all of them ended up hurting the Congress party. Sunil Jakhar. Later on, he spoke out when he joined the BJP that I was used and thrown. They did not want a Hindu as a chief minister. Then a name of Navjot Singh Sidhu came up, and I remember I was there in Ludhiana when the name of Charanjit Singh Channi was announced as the CM face. Sidhu tried to look strong. Rahul Gandhi said that he's like a sportsman who has a sports spirit. But his disappointment was very, very apparent. The two would never meet. There was never reconciliation. There was never any communication. And the result was Congress party lost in Punjab. And party possibly could end up splitting further. Will it be 2.0 in Rajasthan? That's the question I'm asking this week. Is it going to be easy for the Congress party to take a call? Do give in your reactions on the social media timeline. Thank you so much for watching.